Hey guys, I'm back. Back to show you the last two Golden Book journals that I'm going to have listed in my shop. And I'm going to do a flip through of these, and then I'm going to go through kind of quickly just the basics of what's in each little kit that comes with each journal. And I also want to tell you that I will put the number of pages, like I'll go through and count the pages and stuff, and I'll put that in each listing. I didn't really do that. You know, I said in the other video that I hadn't really, it's approximately 100 pages, but I will count and I'll put those details in the shop. And the, okay, it's getting late and I'm getting tired. So this is about a 2.5 inch. I believe this is a 2.5 inch spine, which I didn't say before. Yeah, 2.5 inches on each one. The 4 signatures. Anyhow, same kind of stuff. I'm gonna slide Little Red Riding Hood aside. So here's the charm on Bambi, and I love the way this one came out. I love this particular Bambi book because blue is my favorite color. I just really like this book. But this one has been well loved. The cover, you know, it's got a few little scratches here, and there were some spots on it. There was a pretty bad spot right here that I just took. I started making some little handmade flower buttons that I hadn't really finished, but I took one of those that I had painted, and then I took a actual flower button and just cut the shank off the back, and I glued that in there just to kind of cover that little spot up. Okay, now I've got some kind of little gnat or something flying around in here. Hold on. That's going to annoy me. Sorry about that. I just love a gnat, don't you? Anyway, here's the the charm on this one. Has some pretty vintage buttons like the other ones. A key, some flower buttons, a ladybug, some glass beads, and there's, let's see, heart. There's a heart button, the butterfly, and then the little jar with the yellow flower in this one. So I have so much fun making the charms. I think that's just one of my favorite parts. I love those. And then of course the tie. Did the tie on this one. I tend to tie them a little too tight. And this is one where, if you can see what I was talking about, like there were several pieces of fabric on a quilt that were already together. And then I just took those strips and stitched them on. So that's kind of the difference in some of the ties. But they're all really cool. I love them all. And you can, like I said, you can, before in the journals I've made before, you can take these and cut them and use them as tabs, or you can keep it as the tie on your journal. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do with this when you get it. I hope these find their forever homes. I love them. I love making them. I also added on this one, I put a little piece of fabric and some other buttons down here because, like I said, this cover has seen its better days. I did not seal it. I still think it's in, you know, it's in pretty good shape considering it is, this actually was a 1975 printing, but it has been well loved, and you can see the age on it. The coloring on it's awesome. Just a beautiful little book. So the same things in here, just different scrapbook papers. There's that vellum sheet, the wrapping paper, and this is also a big pocket up here. Okay. It's getting late and I'm getting a little tired, so y'all just bear with me. Tabs. The craft paper, craft book page, tea-dye paper, dictionary, the book pages. And this one is definitely in order because every image in this book to me is just precious. Love this paper. This is one of my favorite papers here. I believe this is a Maggie Holmes paper. Love it. Little vintage buttons here. Here is the hidden paper clip in this one. The little birdie and, you know, the little button. And then on the other side is the little raccoon. And I apologize for doing this late, guys, but I'm just trying to get it done and get these up in the shop. This side is also a pocket with this gift wrap paper as well, because it was one big sheet and I just folded it. And then this is actually a little tuck here, the way I stitched it, because it was a big sheet. There's a little heart tab here with a little heartfelt button. The second signature. Put the little heart paper clip here. I think there is a, I'm not sure if I did an envelope in this. Yeah, I did. I did the envelope in this one. I just stuck the heart paper clip here. You know, you try to kind of do things consistently when you make a collection of books like this, and then, you know, you just don't always get it all in the same places, but all the same elements are in each book, just different ones. Pockets here, 20 froggies. I love this book page with all the little frogs on it. The punch paper. Bambi's so cute. My favorite blue cardstock paper. Just some kids writing paper. Love this gingham check too. I love a polka dot or a check. I really do. Really pretty floral paper. This is calligraphy paper, graph paper. I punched a butterfly out of this cardstock. Music paper. I did put some black paper in some of them. I'm not sure that I put black paper in every one. I folded this little piece up, kind of like a little tuck or a pocket here. You can staple this or glue that down. Another really pretty page from Childcraft. This I just stapled a little butterfly and a little scrap piece of paper here just for some interest. Use that as a little tuck spot. Or you can, you know, if you don't like where that is, the staple things, you can always move those around. You can just undo the staples on the back if you don't like where something like that that's stapled in is. More of that music paper, a little pocket. Oh, and another thing, here's a little tab with the birdies. Another thing I forgot to mention. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these journals and you go, let me just move that paper clip, and you go to the shop, I hope you don't have sticker shock, but it's gonna say free shipping in there. All right, I'll move that paper clip later. But I have actually calculated the shipping cost within the price, into the price. Because, you know, I appreciate that what Etsy's trying to do as far as, you know, getting us to offer free shipping and things like that. However, you know, I am not trying to get rich here. I'm trying to, you know, just do what I love and share my craft and hope that you all, you know, love and appreciate it. And try to keep prices fairly reasonable. But I just can't, you know, I can't pay free shipping on everything, you know. It's not like, you know, a small item, yeah, but, you know, these things cost, you know, if I do a flat rate shipping, you know, it's going to cost me $8 to ship it. And then Etsy charges a fee as well. So just keep that in mind. The price is going to be a little bit different than what my golden books have been in the past. So just want to let you guys know that. I don't want you to think that I just want you to know that it's really, truly not free shipping. I have included, and I really don't like talking about prices and stuff because it's just a touchy subject to me. But anyway, so just know that. So that's Bambi, okay? Really cute. I love this one. Did I tell you? I don't think I told you what year this one was. Got myself sidetracked and I'm getting tired. Yeah, I did. 1975. I did tell you. Anyhow. It's a real live video, people. Not live, but I'm not starting again. It's real life. So here's Little Red Riding Hood. And I tried to keep the, again, tried to keep colors, that kind of go with this particular book. So here's the tie on this one. And this is one that I did piece together, several different pieces. It's not like the other one on Bambi. Okay. And the charm on this one also has vintage buttons, the flower buttons, the key. Look at these flowers. I just think these flower buttons are so cool. Those came up from what I bought from Michele. Thank you so much again, Michele. The little ladybug, the butterfly. These beautiful buttons right here came from a customer. These really pretty covered buttons, fabric covered buttons. Anyway, I love the charms. So that's the charm on Little Red Riding Hood. It's got a little yellow flower in the jar. 4 signatures. This is quilt fabric that I actually took a big piece of a quilt fabric. And I think this may have come in a kit that I bought from Renee a while back in one of those sort of farm country kits, and there was a big quilt square. I think that came from that particular kit. And this is stitched on to the book as well, like the rest of them. And I put a little piece of fabric and some buttons here. There was a little spot right there. The back of this one, this is a little bit older one, so it doesn't have the skew on the back. And no writing in the front of this one. Like I said, they're all very flexible. They're fun. They're just so fun. I'm really happy with how these came out. This one was 1972. Look at the little farm scene. This is a really cute book. Floral scrapbook paper, tea-dyed paper, the craft book paper, the punched edge on some of the cardstock, and a little story. A Little Red Riding Hood. Pockets here. I thought this kind of reddish wood grain looking paper went well with this. And then little buttons in the signature, in the middle of the signature. A paper tab with a butterfly. This is the hidden paper clip in this one, and this one goes from up top. Most of the other ones were from the side. So this was a little cluster. This was an image from a Mother Goose book, and just some little scraps and fabric and the little felt flowers. And the little Fisher boy on the other side of this one. And this is vintage ledger that I bought when I was in Texas. I don't know if I mentioned that. I did put some of that in each journal. Of course, you can see that. It's a really, really cute little book. Look at that wolf. I don't remember who illustrated this one. Here's the little heart tab with the buttons. Let's go back and look and see who the illustrator was. Some other child craft. More pockets. On this one, I have this little cluster here that you could use that I've just clipped in that you can glue in as a tuck spot or a pocket, or you can add to another embellishment, or you could make another hidden paper clip out of it. Really cute. This little image came out, this is just paper strip scraps, you know, when I was making all those embellishments. And this little image, this little girl came from, she came from a piece of digital image that I bought from KB and Friends. When I printed some of this stuff out, it printed off, and I cut some of those little pieces out because the whole tag didn't print like it was supposed to. So I use those. The bad thing is I really don't throw away much, and it can be problematic sometimes, but to save every little scrap. Here's another music sheet, vintage music. Another one of the page. And there was a couple of these that I stitched on this side in this particular book. He's dressing up like Granny. This one I didn't cut down like I did the other ones. I just made them pockets like this. Thought that was just a little bit different. And used the fairies in this one. I thought it kind of, from the Childcraft book, I thought it kind of fit, you know, with the little Red Riding Hood. And I don't have the birdies on this one. There's a flower, just a little flower sort of cluster tag here that's stapled in that you can use as a tuck spot. I think there was 2 of them that I used the flowers, and the other 3 I used the birdies. The other side of the music page, another pocket. And I mean, you can count these pages. I know there's at least 100 pages in each one of these books, so gives you plenty of room. You know, you double that, that's 200. Gives you plenty of room for writing and pictures. And I did not glue this one in either, so you can fix that envelope however you want. Did use a little bit of washi here. This is one thing I'll tell you. If you mess up, because what happened here, my sewing machine wanted to jam right here. So, you know, I didn't want to cut the page off. I didn't want to, you know, start all over with another piece. So where it got a little wonky in there, I just took some of that fabric washi and just covered it up there. So you really don't, you know, and on the back, see how it kind of, my sewing machine was giving me a hard time, so I just covered that up with washi. And it just adds another little element of interest to your book. So anyway, so that's Little Red Riding Hood. Okay. So then, with each journal, I just wanted to give you a bunch of goodies to play with. So this is actually the one that comes with Hansel and Gretel. They're pretty much the same, but I think like with Little Red Riding Hood, the bag will be a red and white polka dot. So Heidi, Red Riding Hood, and Peter Pan will have a red and white polka dot bag, and then Bambi and Hansel and Gretel have the green. So what I did was I put you a bag of buttons. These are random. I went through my buttons and I literally just scooped up and filled a bag, okay? So this little bag is like, it's like 2.5 by, by 4 inches. And you can see, I mean, there's at least 50 buttons in there, probably. So there's little tiny ones, and then there's some big ones. There is a crocheted flower from my friend Faydra, and then one of my little handmade scrap flowers. This is a beautiful piece of fabric that one of my lovely customers sent me, and it's about a 9 by 7.5 by 9 piece. I tried to cut it big enough where you could make pockets out of it. Like you could make two pockets out of it in the journal and have some strips to do tabs or, whatever you want. So that same size and piece of fabric will be in each journal kit. Each kit, these buttons are going to be different because it's random, and there'll be a different flowers in each one. And then these library pockets that a lovely customer sent me, and she sent me so many. So you'll have a library pocket with the library card in it. Trust me, I'm not sharing them all. I'm using some of them on my own, but I won't ever use them all. So I had enough to put one in each one of these kits. And then there are random book pages. So from various vintage children's books, okay? I didn't try to keep up with any real, theme other than in this particular one, I had an old Hansel and Gretel book. So I did put a few pages from a really old Hansel and Gretel book in this particular one. And then a Dick and Jane page. Now this is a reprint of a vintage book. It's not the actual vintage book. It's the 80s reprint. Okay. So there's some fun book pages for you to play with. You don't have to use them in this journal. You can use them in something else. And then this particular pack is pretty full. I'm just going to kind of give you, I'm going to go through each little scrap, okay? We'll be here all night. So there's some fabric washi in here. In each one, they're the same types of elements. So there'll be a little, oh my gosh, what are these little tags called? These little clothing tags, just a little regular tag. There'll be another vintage playing card, a flash card, a sorry card, a claim check, a little vintage envelope, another flash card, a layaway card, two other a library pocket and card, and another library card, a little French fry bag, some, this is a printable flash card. These will be different in each one. Another flash card, a puzzle piece type flash card, Rolodex, envelope. There will be a piece of stationery of some kind. Same type of vintage stationery, might not all be the same images. I think some have deer, some have raccoon on them. The ones that you just used to fold them up, write your letter, fold them up, put a stamp on it, and mail it. There'll be a library card, a little paper bag that I've made into a pocket, a little change, what do you call these, little coin envelope with the window, a little, these come in the photo boxes, so that's a nice little tag to, journal on or whatever you want to do, alter it. So all of that comes in each little kit. A bulb clip. And then this is going to be random little bits of fabrics that I had left over as I was cutting and making the ties. I just put these little bits and pieces and just a couple of little pieces of ribbon lace that I had. Okay, so it's quite a, it's a fun little variety of scraps. These will be different, per kit. But you can make the little flowers like Jessica makes, the little layered flowers, or you can use these for tab, whatever you want to do with them. Just a bunch of fun stuff, for you to play with in your journal, okay? And I think that wraps that up. So, Little Red Riding Hood and Bambi. So those are all 5 journals. and they'll be listed in the shop. And thank you guys for stopping by and watching. I hope you like them. I hope they find their forever homes. And I love you guys. Like I said before, you know, if you're not a subby, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you soon. I have one more to do. I have another Bambi journal. I'll show you that real quick. It might be another day or two before I get this one. So I made another Bambi journal out of an old Bambi book. It was really cool. So that one's going to be up soon as well. Anyway, see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.